How did you film the flying love scene with Homelander, and was it even more awkward than usual?
It was definitely more awkward than usual because I think I've talked about the merkin that I requested before that I wanted.
Which is amazing.
Yes, I wanted her to have a large bush since she's 100 years old and grooming habits were different. I wanted it to be beautiful and sexy. It barely makes it in the show. Someone like freeze framed. There's a little mustache on Homelander. But so I was in like these like plastic shorts with the merkin on and then in the harness. I mean, there's ridiculous photos of us, you know, on the day. And also it's very funny to be wearing like skin plastic shorts with a fake bush. And then I'm trying to constantly make jokes and the crew is trying to be respectful. So I'm just like, I felt like a comedian bombing. Like I was like, ba-da-da-da-da-da, look, and everyone's like,
Everyone's like, don't pay attention, don't look at her, don't touch her.
and good on our crew, but it's also such a ridiculous situation. I hit my head at one point. He like shoved me up against the wall and the wall breaks, but the wall broke onto my head and like I was on the ground. So it was like a real stunts workout too. And it was also shot way later. So those were our pickups from like the very last days of shooting. Luckily, Ant and I had gotten to know each other very well by that point. So that's nicer because if we had done it in context, we wouldn't have known each other as well. And I feel very comfortable with him. He's super respectful. And, you know, it's just about making all that. But we're on harnesses, so there's no green screen. They just paint out the harness. Like if you see my butt in this, it's not my butt. It's all a CGI thing because there's...
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're like in the... And they like would spin us slowly. So they'd like grab a foot and then spin. So we were like slowly turning around while the camera did us. And they were just like... So just like smooch and wrap your legs, but we're both completely harnessed in the air trying not to like tip.
And it's so, again, it's technical then, right? It's very, oh my goodness. I've never done a sex scene before and it kind of scares me, but I think, you know, one day it'll happen and hopefully it'll be with someone that's like, can laugh about it, but.
You're the Worst was my first sex scene and it's a pretty graphic sex scene in the pilot. It's all simulated nudity. People sometimes think that it was nude. It's all simulated. But we were maybe 2 days into knowing each other before we shot it. So and it's incredibly awkward. And luckily Chris Gere became one of my best friends and it got easier as you went. But You're the Worst, I had to get through a lot of sex scenes. They don't get easier though, because each one is different and it's with a new person and it's like, how do you navigate? I'm really excited that there's going to be intimacy coordinators now because it just gives another layer of like voice
protection
that if you're uncomfortable, and they should be choreographed like fights because that's actually how it looks best too. That's what's best for the sex scene. You don't just want two people going at it. You're going to block the camera. So you want to be able to show exactly where you should go and what you're comfortable doing.
I didn't realize that was not already they haven't been on set before? Is this a new thing? Oh.
Totally new thing. And it's now going to be required. It's just started. It's a new rule. And now it'll be there. But we didn't have anything like that when I was starting to do sex scenes. I think Jordan Vogt Roberts actually, because he directed my first sex scene, he there were dolls. Like he was like, and this and this. And I really fought back about one of the positions because I didn't want to do nudity and I knew my butt would be shown. I remember on the day, I was just like, doesn't it look like I'm pooping? And everyone was like, we're cutting that one.
That's great. They're like, oh no, we don't want that right now. No,
I was my own intimacy coordinator.
You're like thinking about all the things that you could say. You're like, how do we cut this?
I was like, what is gonna, I don't know if it's gonna work for me to be like, I don't like this. I think what will work is me to make it disgusting.
At JuicyPop97 asks, how comfortable or uncomfortable is Stormfront's suit? I mean, it's kind of cool, right? To be able to play a superhero and get your own suit.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I mean, they're kind of amazing and they transformed my body and they transform the way you carry yourself. It was really fun. They're wildly uncomfortable sometimes, but they took very good care of us on the show. So the Super Suits girls, Erin and Ariana, were on top of everything. So like I didn't even know I could say like, hey, this is bugging me. And at one point I was like, oh, I wish my knee didn't hit in this way. And they're like, well, take care of it. So they treat you very well, but they are like strangely cage-ish.
Did you have like a cardboard thing on your knee?
Yeah, well, the kneecap like thing was like digging into my knee.
I had the same problem on Suicide Squad when I was playing Katana. And funny enough, Erin from Costumes for the Boys was my point person for Suicide Squad.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had the same problem. I was like, I can't really bend my knees to like run. And they're like, we'll take care of it. And then the next day it was just magical. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize that I could say things and things happen.
Well, yeah, because you kind of, you're like, well, this is what it is. But they know how to like carve things out to make it, you know, better. She's amazing, Erin.
Yeah, we love her. We love you, Erin. We love you. How did they settle on such an awesome haircut for your character? I absolutely love it. Now I want a side shave too. You still kind of have it, no?
I've got here, we do a little grow out check-in. So.
Oh, it's pretty much grown out.
Nah, it's like it's like here.
That actually would look good on you, that kind of hair.
Yeah, I'm lucky I have very thick hair, so I've been able to cover it, which is great because I have other jobs, and then I needed to, you know, not look like her or grown out side shave. They tried a bunch of different things. They tried a bunch of different wigs. At one point, then they decided to shave the side of my head. I think it was LJ's idea, actually, the Super Suits designer. She had done it in like the key art, and then we tried a bunch of wigs, and Eric was like, I kind of want it to be what the key art was. So we ended up shaving it, but then I had long extensions. So it was like a side shave with like long hair. And I think they felt like it was just a little too heavy, and they wanted Stormfront to look really different than the other women in the Seven. I was a redhead when I was cast, and it took 5 times of dyeing my hair to get the red out, so that because Maeve is a redhead and they didn't want to repeat.
Wow, I did not know that. I thought that was your original hair color. So when you said the other day, I think we were doing press, and you said you're going to dye it back. So is this now your original hair color?
This is color correct. So I just took the dark out, but it's not, my hair color is like light brown, dirty blonde naturally, but I haven't had that in years. I think it's better. I have a job coming up, and that needs to be light brown. So this is like the first step, I mean, how long did it take you to go to blonde just now?
Oh, this was really long. It took 15 hours the first day, and then maybe 6, 7, 8 hours the second day. And I don't know, I'm still trying to go blonder. So I think in a few weeks I'll go back and it'll be more white, but we'll see.
Yeah, I wanted to go platinum for a while too, but the first step is you have to get the color taken out of your hair. I mean, it's a long process to do it. So
you should do it. It's pretty fun. I mean, I didn't do it for a job, but I'm hoping that I can book something with this hair, but we'll see. 2 months, we'll see.
Who knows? Maybe, you never know. The female could be a cutesy, little blonde for season 3. Maybe there's like a real shift in what's happening.
She goes to Europe. She really just finds herself with Frenchie and then comes back with blonde hair. We'll see.
Yeah. She joins Emily in Paris.
Yeah. She's at a disco. She's now a DJ. So I had this really lovely, sweet message.
Is it okay for me to costume change? I'm hot.
Yeah, go for it. This is long, but it's really nice. Okay. As a queer, gender-fluid Jewish woman watching this show, I really want to thank you for your portrayal of Nazism. One of the hardest things about being Jewish queer in America is that people don't have any sort of grasp on the atrocities that we've faced. Your incredible portrayal showed such depth of how Nazism and white supremacy have evolved since World War II. You made it relevant and understandable. I have never seen anyone even attempt to tackle material like you did this season, and no one could have been a better choice. Karen has talked about the care you take with the actors whose characters you kill hurt on the show, and I know you're also Jewish. Your commitment to telling the story and doing it right is a true act of heroism. Heroism?
Oh, tomato.
Okay. Sorry for that very long comment. Here's the question. Did you celebrate Jewish holidays growing up, and which is your favorite? Mine is Purim. But I think you said earlier that you haven't grown up in a Jewish household.
So I grew here. I'll clarify. I grew up Jewish. I was raised Jewish. My mother is Catholic. My father is Jewish, but I was raised Jewish in a very not strict temple. So I was bat mitzvahed, and then I chose as after my bat mitzvah not to continue, and have participated in Jewish holidays and things like that over the years, but in general, I don't. Once in a while. I would say that growing up, my favorite was always Passover. I liked you hide matzah. So like you hide the matzah and someone would get $5 if they got it, or $1.
Wait, the matzah balls?
No, you eat the matzah balls, but there's actual matzah that gets hidden, and then the kids go find the matzah. And like it's a big long dinner with like lots of food, and that was always my favorite growing up. Also, just thank you for this beautiful comment, because it means a lot to me. I mean, we're making this fun superhero show, which is just a joy in itself, but it feels really lovely when someone takes something deeper from it. So I really appreciate the comment.
Yeah.
I haven't participated in many Jewish holidays in the recent years, but yeah, Passover would be mine.
I grew up with a really good Jewish friend, and every year she invites me over to make, what is it called? It's these potato patties.
Oh.
Latkes. Latkes. They're so good. I eat about 12 every year. So thank you, Caitlin. What was your favorite scene to shoot on season 2?
I mean, there's so many of them. They're all pretty fun, but except the dying stuff, just because it was so cold.
Yeah, and your prosthetic and everything, that was intense, right? You covered your eye?
Yeah, like 6.5 hours in makeup, and then they took it off, which takes an hour, and then they put another one on for the eye gag, and then we ran out of daylight. So it was like a day where I was just in prosthetics, and we didn't even use the second one. So that was a tough day, but mostly it's all great. I always say, working with you and Abraham was a blast. I don't think the crew could have lasted us all being on set together for very long, because we just, sang and danced. But I thought that was really, really fun. And I love the Pippi Longstocking speech. I think it's really funny and clever and smart. And I actually grew up loving Pippi Longstocking. So
really?
Oh, yeah. There's like a song. It's like, Pippi Longstocking is coming into your world.
Oh, that's so cute. I feel like it's a big part of Japanese education as well. Like, I remember reading it with my grandma a few times, and I think there was a TV show based on it too.
Pippi Longstocking and Mrs. Pigglewiggle. I was like really into growing up when I was a kid.
Did you get to keep anything from set? Is it a secret? You don't have to tell me.
Did I get to keep? Or did I steal?
Did you steal the merkin?
I did not steal the merkin. I did possibly discover in my suitcase one of the Stormfront plushie dolls.
How did it get there? I don't know.
No idea. It just appeared. It just appeared. Yes. So I took that. I really want one of the action figures because those are so cool.
I mean, they have a ton of, it was merch, right? It wasn't necessarily like for public sale, but we had so much on set, and I just wanted the full 7 set of like glasses just for having at home, but I don't know where it went.
It's probably like locked in a thing for season 3.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Well, thank you so much, Aya, for being here. I wish we could have done this in person.
Me too.
But yes, you're in New York and COVID, so I think next time I will treat you to a drink or dinner or something. And I know you're a foodie as well, so.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get into food. I'm gonna watch your YouTube channel just for some recipes.
Thank you so much.